Tax season is almost over. Well, I mean, for people, April 15th is when it's over. But yes, you're getting close to the cutoff where you can file your taxes, which means many Americans are already waiting for their refunds. But you may want to send the IRS your money via direct deposit instead of the mail. That's because for years, thieves have been taking advantage of an antiquated postal system to steal your mail. Mail theft complaints have soared 327% since 2018. As our national consumer correspondent, Ash-Har Quraishi reports, it's something the Postal Services have known about for decades.
So what we did do, which was nice, is any piece of mail that we got, we returned to people in Palos Heights.
I received a phone call from a detective in Palos Heights. He said to me, "You are the victim of identity theft. Someone has stolen your mail."
This is them going up to one night in January and actually taking the mail out of the mailboxes. And what they were looking for were checks, they were looking for debit cards, they were looking for lines of credit to get people's information.
What do you think would have happened if the police hadn't called you in time?
Oh, I completely know they would have just emptied out my bank account.
Police arrested the alleged mail theft crew after they targeted 2,200 addresses across suburban Chicago last year. Investigators also recovered replicas of postal arrow keys. Each master key opens hundreds of blue collection boxes and cluster mailboxes in a given area. We found countless examples of thieves using them to unlock mailboxes and steal what they want.
Arrow keys can start at $1,000 and can get up to $7,000.
Criminology professor David Myman and his research group track mail-related crime on the dark web and other platforms where criminals buy and sell stolen keys.
Price depends on the area, it depends on the zip code, it depends on the volume of mailboxes the arrow keys can open.
Another way criminals get those keys, targeting the mail carriers who use them. A camera outside a New Jersey home captured masked attackers robbing this mailman.
They took the arrow key.
Incidents like this quadrupled over a 5-year period. According to one government document, 82% of carrier robberies are motivated by arrow key theft. Robberies are not the only problem. We looked at thousands of pages of audits, court records, and agency documents and found the Postal Service has lost track of countless keys.
Your audit found that there's no national inventory of the keys. The Postal Service doesn't know how many exist, how many are in circulation, or how many are missing, stolen, or broken. Did that finding surprise you?
No, it didn't surprise me because we know that this has been a problem. It's a problem around the country, and it's concerning.
Her office checked 84 facilities in a couple of dozen states and found arrow key mismanagement in 90% of those sites.
Why is that a problem?
It's a problem because the keys are critical to mail security.
When an arrow key goes missing, what's supposed to happen?
When an arrow key goes missing, it's reported immediately to the supervisor of that postal facility and to the United States Postal Inspection Service.
So that's what's supposed to happen?
That's right.
Is that happening?
Unfortunately, no, that's not happening in every case.
Do we know why that is?
No.
The first mention of the vulnerability of arrow keys and their security that we found goes back 25 years. It was in 1999 in a semi-annual report to Congress. Why is it taking so long to address this problem?
So there are 245,000 delivery routes across this country. Approximately 140,000 of these blue collection boxes. This is not an overnight change.
The Postal Service says it's been reinforcing 15,000 mailboxes with anti-theft upgrades like this since last year. It's also adding 28,000 electronic locking mechanisms, which the agency wouldn't show us, citing security concerns. But that still leaves millions of mailboxes without the upgrades. Do you feel like the mail system is safe for you?
Absolutely not. Someone needs to get this antiquated system on a path that is for 2024.
Now, USPS says their efforts are working, pointing to a 34% reduction in mail theft complaints in just the last 5 months.
So let me ask you about all of these keys on the internet. Are all of them stolen?
Well, Vlad, some of them are stolen and some are homemade. The detective you saw at the beginning of the story showed us keys that were knockoffs. He said one of them was even fashioned out of a pair of surgical scissors with notches literally cut into it.
Wow. So what else is for sale on the dark web? I mean, I know there's a lot of things, but in regards to anything associated with the postal system.
Right. I mean, you can find all kinds of things when it comes to mail theft, credit, debit cards, and a lot of personal checks, and even IRS check refunds. We've seen a lot of those as well. They're even selling postal uniforms to go with these criminals. And, you know, one woman we spoke to actually said that her checks were stolen and posted online. Fortunately for her, we were able to identify the checks, track her down, let her know that we found the checks, and she was able to go to her bank and let them know that that was what was going on. Wow. One of the things you should do, of course, if this happens to you, is monitor your credit reports, check your bank accounts, and report it to local police as well as the U.S. Postal Inspection Service. We have a link on our website for that as well.
Yeah, because you know, the thing about this kind of theft is that sometimes you don't realize you're a victim probably until months after it occurred. You don't realize you're missing a check or a credit card that was supposed to be coming or whatever. Ash-Har Quraishi, thank you so much.